guys, this is JustSin here, and I am going to give you a bit of an article preview. Article this week doesn't include any videos, so what I am going to do is, as I stated before, take the chance to put up a video when this does happen, so that you can get an idea of what is going on with the series this week. If you have not done so, go to mtgoacademy.com, check out the article this week in particular, because we are going to cover a lot of stuff. I'm going to give a quick overview here, but a lot more details can be found over at mtgoacademy.com. Look for my series anything. But also real quick, please do pardon the audio quality this week. I do travel a lot and I am on the road, so my travel mic, I guess, is what I am using this week. Bear with me. From here out it will of course be better. So our first announcement is going to be directly related to the article series. A big part of the articles does rely upon metagame information. Now, not too long ago, they did decide in their infinite wisdom that they would release only a single event per format per day to the viewing public on the mothership site. While I did decide at the time that this was okay and I was going to keep reporting metagame information, and I still stand by that decision, I have ultimately decided that I'm going to try and take back the metagame. What this means is I'm going to devote the time and I'm going to sit through daily event replays to the point where I am able to collect all of the standings from every single daily event for Pauper. What this will do will give us a better picture as to what is being played. Oftentimes the events that do get posted are the ones that have the highest showing for the day. And that can skew things because when a lot of people show up, it doesn't necessarily mean it's the best deck, it's just currently the most popular. Still, when you include all the information, this may occur, but I think it'll occur in a smaller amount. This will take a little bit of finesse, so bear with me over the next couple of weeks. First off, the metagame will continue to settle out. What we see now probably will not be established metagame in a week or two. But more importantly, there are little things that I want to iron out, see how they look and how they work. For instance, our current standings for Rogue is 7 showings or less. If this metagame information really increases the way I think it will, we may have to alter that and change what the definition of Rogue is in our standings here. So that's the first thing. The next thing is kind of a two-part announcement, and this is something I'm very excited about. I'm going to do my best again to describe this as quick and easy as possible. Definitely go over to mtgoacademy.com, check out the article, and you can get all of the details there. So the first thing I want to talk about is, if you are a follower of me over Twitter, you may have seen me talking about a Pauper team league that I've been trying to get together. Now, this is something that I have gone through a lot of efforts to refine to the point where I think I have it underway. We're going to be trying something completely different from the usual league, so hopefully it does work out, but because we are trying something so different, we are going to be running a smaller base. This will be only a 4-team league at the current standings. If it does work out, we can, of course, alter it when we bring it back. If we bring it back, we can add more teams, we can change the format. And we'll just have to take it one day at a time. Like I said, we're going to try it with a small little group here, because the more people that are involved, the more chance that something goes wrong. So it's best to test a small market first. So let's go over a bit of the rules that you will see from this. And these are things that, again, more detail you will definitely find over at the article. There will be some things there definitely that I'm going to leave out here, because we're just going to run through these real quick. So, for our team league, it is going to be 4 teams of 3. All teams will also have an opportunity to add a 4th player as a stand-in. And there will be details again as far as stand-ins and deck requirements and stuff like that. This is an all-kill format for those of you who are familiar with StarCraft 2. I know a lot of esports followers and fans like myself do kind of intermix. Now, this is a format where you have teams of players, and you play games kind of one at a time. So each team sends out the first player. Say you are the first player and you win your first game. You then move on to play the second player from your opposing team. If you win that match, you move on to play the third player from that opposing team. If you beat all 3 players from your opposing team, you then get what is called the all-kill. This is a 3-0 because these games are the best of 5 matches in each round. Each team is going to play each other team, so you do end up with 3 weeks of what is going to be called regular season. And at the end of regular season, teams will be assigned standings. From there, there is a finals weekend. Again, details found over at mtgoacademy.com. And the finals weekend will have these teams compete against one another for ultimate standings, and prizes will be paid out to the first place, second place, and third place teams. This is, again, really small, but we're going to try and make it worth it through compensation. Questions, as you'll see, Mtgo JustSin on Twitter. You can also definitely leave comments on the article. I will be checking that on a regular basis and get things moving. There's a lot of details about how to register for this. There's a lot of things going on as far as how teams sign up for their decks, how you assign captains, how matches are scheduled. So definitely go over and check it out. I'm not going to go into it too far here because we're trying to kind of minimize time, and I'm really bad at that anyways. So this is just my attempt. I want to do something new. I have been sitting here and I've played many player-run events because they run at better times for me usually as a daily event does. And so what ends up happening is you still end up playing that same old 4-round Swiss with prize payout going to 3-1 or 4-0. Payments are low. Sometimes the formats are not very interesting. Everything is basically ending up being standard, modern, pauper. Anything beyond that is very fringe. People don't play a lot of Classic, even though it does still get a couple of daily events to fire. Momir, some people just consider boring. There's a lot of player-created formats out there. Some of them I personally just feel are too complicated, and I don't want to devote the time to do it. So I've kind of decided for my second announcement here, it's more of a declaration of war. This is something that I have been kind of debating about, and I wanted to find a way to change things up. What we're going to do is put together an Academy showcase. Now, what this is going to be is every month I am going to be putting on a small event that will be recorded and put up here on YouTube on the Mtgo Academy channel. And these will be a variety of different things. This time around, what we're going to do is demonstrate the all-kill format. Now, because of our league, we are going to use the Academy Showcase as a platform to try and illustrate a bit clearer. I can explain to you that, it's teams of 3 who play best of 5 matches, but until you see how it is supposed to play out, it may be a little bit confusing to just see in words. So we're going to put together these videos. We're going to give you the opportunity to see how it works. I've got 6 volunteers who are all set up and ready to go. This will occur on October 13th. That is a Sunday, and that will be at 1 p.m. EST. This will be our first Academy Showcase. Now, what the Academy Showcase is going to be from here out is going to be that attempt of mine to try and get beyond the typical just boring tournament structure that we're kind of stuck with. And I'm going to try real hard to make this change. And I think that what we're currently suffering from in Magic Online is kind of a stale situation where just no one's trying anything new. And I'm going to try a whole bunch of new things. I've got a whole bunch of ideas that we're going to work out, and I'm going to be open to absolute suggestions on Twitter. Again, is a great place to find me as to things to do. And these will not be limited to Pauper. I just want to be clear about that real quick. And so we're going to do things. I'm going to put together a whole bunch of events. I'm going to do whatever I can to put up crazy ideas and just see what happens. If they fail miserably, you won't see them again. If something works out and needs a change, maybe we'll just bring it back. What's important to me is trying. If you don't try something new, change doesn't occur. It's that whole you can't win the lottery unless you actually play thing. So I'm going to do my best to put out a whole bunch of crazy ideas, try a whole bunch of things, and see if we can't get some interest in players throughout to kind of do something different. I hear grinders and I hear going infinite, and people talk about it all the time, and it's terrible because it takes Magic, which is something that is a hobby, it's something most of us look to for fun and enjoyment, and it turns it into a job. You're devoting 4 or more hours to an event, you're playing multiple events, you're playing very, focused, and that's great. It's definitely a needed thing, but it's boring. I don't want this to be a job. Magic should be fun, and I'm going to try my best to bring it back. So we're going to try and bring this Academy Showcase. You will have once a month. It will be live streamed, I believe, over at the Mtgo Academy Twitch page. And all videos will be recorded and put up here on YouTube for those who can't see it. Even if I'm sitting there talking to myself on Twitch in the live stream, that's alright because these should get recorded if everything technically works out, and you can catch it later on and get an idea of what's going on. This will be a great opportunity for us to use as a platform like this, where the 3v3 example game is going to play off on a bigger thing. So we have the league, which is our big event, and this showcase is going to be just a sample game to kind of entice people, get people to understand it, and bring them in. The other thing we can do later on is, we have some other big tournament, something that somebody has put together, and we can take this opportunity to showcase a format, showcase something special, and just try our best to bring a little bit of fun back to this game. So there you go. Those are the 3 announcements I have for you guys. Hopefully, I know it's way longer than I wanted it to be, but go over to mtgoacademy.com, check out the article, and see the details there. It'll do a much better job, a little bit clearer sometimes when I write things down than when I sit here and talk about them. So hope you enjoy it. Next week, I do promise you, for my faithful Pauper fans, I will be back and we will be talking about this new metagame. Just spoiler alert, I'm really excited about it. So hope you guys definitely find interest, and hope you decide to join along on us on this this journey into something new and unexplored land.